So hello and welcome back to my channel. This is my wildcard team ahead of game week 3. But before that, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and without further ado, we'll just get right into it. So in the goalkeeping department, I've chosen to go with Edison. So in the previous seasons, owning Edison hasn't benefited fantasy managers that well because he just concedes with a single shot on target every time. But I think this season it's different. Man City have been better defensively than previous seasons, and I think with the given run of games, I think it's clean sheets for free. Not for free, for 5.5 million. So I think I'm going with him. Then in my defense, I've gone with Chilwell, Udogie, Estupinian, and I've also got Trippier and Gusto on the bench. So Chilwell, obviously the farthest in their team, just behind Sterling. If you take a look at their positionings, heat maps, and he's pretty attacking, as I said, and gets at the end of many crosses from right hand side and has the great chance of scoring from that Chelsea team. So he basically plays as a winger and is listed as a defender in the game. So I think he's a great pick. Then it's Udogie. I went with Udogie because he's super attacking as well. He plays for Tottenham as a fullback, and he did get an assist against Man United, and I believe the fixture run he has got, I think he's a great pick, and don't think there's much rotation cause don't think there's much competition in that Spurs team for that left back position. Perisic has been coming on for him in later stages of the game, but I think Ange sees Perisic as a winger as not as a fullback, so I think he's safe right now. So I think going for Udogie makes sense. Then it's Estupinian, who was the star performer for Brighton in that game week 2, who got an assist and also scored a goal, and his fixture list is not that great, but I've got another defender on that bench to cover for him in difficult game weeks. That is, in game week 4 he has got Newcastle, in game week 5 it's Man United away, but I don't think Man United have been that great defensively, so I would consider playing him in that game. Then it's Liverpool and Man City in game week 8 and 9. So even if he has got difficult fixtures, I think Brighton are an ultra attacking team, and I would like to play him in some of those also. Then I've gone with Trippier as Newcastle's run of fixtures after game week 5. That is, from game week 5 it's Brentford, Sheffield United, Burnley, West Ham United away, Crystal Palace home, and Wolves away is great. And Newcastle were among the top defensive teams last season, and as we have seen already this season, Newcastle have started the season very well. They look defensively solid, and Trippier was the best defender in the game last season, so I've chosen to go with him. Then I've gone with Gusto as is priced at 4.0 million, and right now in the absence of James, he is a nailed on starter unless Chelsea sign a defender, another fullback. But right now, as I think a top 6 teams starting defender for 4 million is a must have, as he can cover up for your players who have a difficult game week or in case they get benched. So I've chosen to go with Gusto. Then in my midfield, I've gone with Foden, Saka, Bruno Fernandes, BMO, and Maddison. So Foden was the star performer for Man City in game week 2 in the absence of Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. He took up a mantle and created a great chance for Alvarez, and he scored, and also he created two good chances for Holland, and I think he was their best player in that week, in that match. And so I think he won't get dropped even if Bernardo Silva is fit, and they have signed Jeremy Doku, who is potentially a winger. So there's a chance that in the later game weeks he might get rotated, but I think between Foden and Alvarez there is greater chance of Foden starting games than Alvarez and in the middle of the park. So I think going with Foden against Sheffield United, and it's an away game, is a great option to get ahead of the curve. Then I've gone with Saka. Saka, I think, will be on pens even after Odegaard took the pen last game week, as Arteta said that we hadn't discussed that. I had no idea that Odegaard would take that pen. It was totally a decision, on field decision from the players. So I think Saka will still be on pens. He's a nailed on starter for Arsenal. His run of fixtures is not that great after game week 8 because he has got Man City, then it's Chelsea, then in game week 6 it's Tottenham. But still, it's great. He's a great attacking asset in those home games, so I'd still keep him. Then it's Bruno Fernandes. So many have knee-jerked on Bruno Fernandes and transferred him out because of his not getting an attacking return in first 2 game weeks. But if you take a look at his stats, his XG and his XA are among the top, I think in top 3 among all the players in FPL in the Premier League. So I think transferring out Bruno Fernandes is not an option against Nottingham Forest. And there's a news that Mount is also injured till the international break. I think this is advantage Man United, as Man United will be more solid in midfield with Eriksen or Scott McTominay coming in, and there will be a proper midfielder besides Casemiro and not a number 10 converted into a number 8. So I think Bruno Fernandes will freely play in that number 10 role, and I think he will get attacking returns at least against Nottingham Forest. Then I've gone with Biomo, as he has been up till now the star performer from that midfield at 6.5 million. He has already scored 3 times. From those 3, he scored 2 penalties. And Brentford have looked pretty attacking at the start of the season. And after this, they have got Crystal Palace, which I think is a little bit difficult game. Then it's Bournemouth. Then that Newcastle United is a really difficult game, but we have got a bench cover for that. Then it's Everton and Nottingham Forest. So really good run of fixtures, and he's on pens, so definitely going into my team. It was between him and Diaby, and it's a toss of coin between that. You can go for either one of them, but for this draft 6 I've gone with Biomo. Then it's Madison. Madison was seen in crutches, and there was an update yesterday that it's an MCL injury or something like that. So I don't think he will be available for this game week, and if he is not available for this game week, I will play Gusto over him, and I think he would be back for next or a game week after that. For that we have our bench cover, but we don't want to mess him if he starts, because he's just has got great assist potential for that Spurs side, as they are ultra attacking and they have great run of fixtures. So I've chosen to go with him right now. Then up front I've gone with Haaland. I don't think I need to talk much about him. Then it's Jackson, and I know Jackson hasn't scored in first 2 game weeks. He's top among players for having great XG and XA, and the only other option we have is Vissa, and I don't think in that price range I don't think Watkins is an option, as he's off pens and they have a bit difficult run of fixtures than Chelsea and Brentford. So it's between Vissa and Jackson, to be honest, and I really prefer Chelsea's fixtures right now, and I think Jackson is due a goal, and I think he will score his first goal for Chelsea in the Premier League against Luton. So I've chosen to go with him. Then I've gone with Areola, as he saved a penalty in last game against West Ham United. He's a nailed-on starter for West Ham United now. They have got decent run of fixtures. I don't think there will be a need to rotate with Ederson, as Man City are the best team in the league. But still, Vissa, still if he gets injured also, I think Areola is a great pick. Then I've gone with Balogun, as there's a chance that he gets his move into the Premier League at the end of the transfer window. And if he gets a Premier League move, it will be a great asset for fantasy managers to have an 4.5 million starting striker. So this is the reason I've gone with Balogun, and it does take an Arsenal spot, but I don't think Arsenal have that great run of fixtures up ahead. That's why I have only Saka in my team, and I've chosen to go with Balogun. So that's it, guys. This is my best wildcard draft for game week 3. Do let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. It will be my team selection video for game week 3. Good luck.